welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Sex.
Welcome to the sex episode. The sex episode, if you will. You guys ready?
We have.
Could you tell I thought of that on the spot, Kyle?
Yeah, I heard the gears.
Really? You heard the gears creaking up here?
We have, chapter 127, Save the Asa.
Bro, some guy on Twitter was like, "Is Dennis coming up with these chapter titles?" But man, this was a good chapter.
Like a really good chapter.
This is a serious contender for best chapter of part 2 so far.
Because you know what
we were talking about it a little bit earlier. It's a serious contender.
Like, Fujimoto's good with action, but it really feels like Chainsaw Man's just like a good character drama.
I really think that's what he's been focusing on here. Yeah. Because like action, there was more action, I think, in part 1. Or maybe it's just we're focusing more on the character thing and reading it weekly/bi-weekly. From what I remember for Fire Punch had a ton of action. It was a lot more action oriented.
That was his first like big manga, I think. That was his diamond in the rough, if you will. Star Wars.
So I think he's turned more towards character stuff. Now Fire Punch still had plenty of character stuff, right? Funny acne face.
Really good stuff.
It had some really good stuff, yeah.
He's focusing a lot more on the character dynamics here. And I
think that really works for Asa as a character.
This chapter was a really, really strong payoff to a lot of the build-up that's been happening. And more. We'll get there. But yeah, just having Asa's kind of arc hit this, like her personal arc, like hit this climax moment.
Climax, you say, huh?
Methinks, perchance, sex is afoot.
That's so true. All right, you want to get right into it? Let's get right into it.
Let's get into it.
So we start off and we see Falling Devil kind of flick Asa, and she screams. She holds onto the side of a thing. Yoru's like, Asa, she's holding on. We see the Falling Devil holding her. Who are you? You're an idiot sandwich. And we see Falling Devil say, I can tell by the way your muscles move, by the smell of your sweat. Your attachment to life is weak to begin with, no? What truly scares you right now is the shock of the impact, the physical sensation of falling, the darkness of the sky. That's all. Close your eyes, and I can promise you a peaceful fall. And Asa's just looking. We see Yoru screaming. We don't hear anything. See Asa look at Yoru thinking. Yoru screaming some more. Asa remembers that bitch from a couple chapters ago. The chick who died 3 times. The cat who deserved better. Closes her eyes, and she decides to fall. Asa kills herself right here.
Let's unpack a lot of what we read here. So,
Before we get into Ashley's little, let's do Ashley's little speech, and then we can talk about the first part here.
Oh yeah, because this will be like the first.
Yeah. I see Yoru yelling at Ashley and kind of getting further away, and Ashley goes, "It's true. I feel so at peace. You see, you're falling. I won't have to cause trouble for anyone else or get my feelings hurt anymore. I won't have to lie in bed thinking about all the things I did wrong as I wait to fall asleep." She opens her eyes. Oh, but I do have one regret. Even one person. Even if it was with only one person. With all my heart. I wish I'd... And then we see Dennis come out. We'll get to Dennis. So
let's unpack part with the first...
Phenomenal, by the way. This is phenomenal stuff.
The first major dialogue with the Falling Devil. I think Fujimoto just putting in words like this sensation of it. The physical manifestation of these sensations is absolutely phenomenal in his head. Where he just describing like the darkness of the sky. Just close your eyes and you can like just drift into it.
And it's also like Ashley, she's not scared of death, right? Even I really like the line. I really like the way you're the line. Your attachment to life is weak to begin with. Like, yeah. I really like that because Ashley has had a sucky life.
Yeah.
We've seen, especially recently, right before Falling Devil and stuff began and ended. It hasn't ended yet, right before it began. Or you have, Ashley, and she was like telling Yoru, like, maybe it'd be better if I just died, or maybe it'd be better if I didn't exist, or like I didn't want this, right? I don't like you. I'm scared of you. That kind of stuff, it's sad, it's tragic. Like you can definitely, this is a culmination of the Ashley that we've seen throughout part 2, where I think it's been 10 days, right? Did I send you that post for people? I think it's been 10 days since the start of part 2.
In 10 days, she's went from dying to this bullshit. She's died.
She had to fight stuff. She made a friend, and then the friend turned out to be a psychopath and played pumped up kicks. And then her friend died, and then her friend came back, and then her friend died, and then her friend came back, and then her friend died. It's been kind of rough for her, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. And I like the line where she says, what scares you right now is the impact. Like, it's not dying itself, it's just like the pain before you die. And like that's it. Like, that's all this stuff. So there's not really much holding her here. And then on that next page, what I like to imagine in my head is like a ringing noise. This is like, there's no indication of this, but just with your yelling at her, I like to think that she's just so stuck in thought that it's like a ringing noise. So that's why there is dialogue for Yoru. It's just like the yelling that's kind of getting drowned out by her thoughts.
By the way, right here, Yoru is yelling, me thinks you're not depressed. That's what Yoru is saying. I asked Funny Water, he told me.
Funny Water. And then, yeah, now we can, I think we talked about that. I think we can address Ashley's little speech before man. Good.
So we see kind of similar to her, where Dennis last chapter got to see Aki in power. We see her with the lady Krambon and Yuko. Forgot her name there for a second. That was a good second.
Yeah, because she's also getting touched in the head. I think we need to.
Yeah, she's being directly touched, just like Dennis.
Yeah, when Falling Devil touches you, you confront your innermost traumas like instantly. And guess what? She can't really slice up her brain.
Mm-hmm. We get to see her falling, and Yoda's going away, and so Ashley goes, "It's true." So she's confirming everying.
Yeah,
she's saying, yeah, like this has been pretty bad, but she wants someone to love. She wants someone to love her. Aw, how sweet is that? Wonder if there's someone like that, Kyle.
I wonder if this one wants sex.
Wonder if there's someone who wants sex. And then we get the next panel where she's falling, and then Dennis comes out. He's like, "Come on," and he grabs her. And then we get to see she's like Chainsaw Man. Dennis is like, "That's heavy. That's so true." And so he's holding on to the railing there, right?
Trying to get her like tethered to the earth.
Uh-huh. And he's like, "Way to stop, let go." And Dennis is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." Ashley's like, "I'm okay with falling. I accept it." And Dennis is like, "Are you nuts?" Ashley's like, "Life is nothing but pain. Getting made of fool of, getting your expectations up only to be let down, isn't it?" And he just kind of looks at her, and he's like, "Well, yeah, but like, whoa." And then I think, does he start falling there?
I think he starts yeah. So
yeah, he starts falling. He's upside down too.
And he figures it out. He goes, "It's like the worse you feel, the heavier you get, but upward."
Happy thoughts, dogs, cats, dogs, dogs, cats.
And then she just starts screaming, and then he starts yelling, "We stopped, cats!"
Yeah, he's back. He's back to his mind space, right? Mm-hmm. She's still up there. He's like, "We stopped, cats, ice cream, ice cream." And Ashley is making some sus kind of sounds. She's like, "Don't make me remember cats." And he's like, "I know how you feel. Believe me, I've been there." We get funny Ashley.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say this next panel. Let's talk about the Twitter thing about this, because there are people on Twitter who are just being stupid with this panel.
Yeah, funny Ashley panel. What would you know? No one has it worse than me. Then it just kind of looks at her. He's like, "Just when life seems super awesome, as soon as you let your guard down, some crappy things happen out of nowhere and screws it all up, right? Life isn't all bad, but day in, day out, all you can remember is the bad stuff, and the disasters keep piling up like a hamburger made of crap, right?" Ashley kind of looks at Dennis, and Dennis looks at her, and Ashley's like, "How did you get over that, Chainsaw Man?" And Dennis is like, "I haven't. I'm not over it. Only I've got something to live for, something I look forward to so much that I'm willing to eat that crap burger." And Ashley, in her most emotional state yet, tears in her eyes, goes, "What's that?"
Response of, "I want to have sex," and she goes, "Ew." So there's a lot to unpack here, but let's start from whenever. Okay, since we read a lot of that, from whenever he grabs her and starts tethering her down.
Yeah,
around there, because she's accepted death, which is sad to say, but she's accepted death, and then he asks if she's nuts from Berserk.
That's true.
And then she implies to deny it, and life's nothing but pain. And then I like this, where Dennis figures it out, and then he's just trying to say happy things to help her, and then just tries to like tether it. Like,
I like where Dennis himself starts falling, because Ashley gets to him for a second there, and then he's like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, and then he has to. No, hold on. Where I swiped the wrong page. Anyway, yeah. So on page 12 in the app, the one panel I wanted to bring up is where she goes, "What would you know? No one has it worse than me." People on Twitter are being morons with this, where they're like, "I can't believe that she would say this," and like think of what Dennis has gone through. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that she."
I forgot that she read part 1. Yeah.
And this is her like in her most. She's also emotionally charged right now. About to
She just
die.
decided to kill herself. I mean, like that's a pretty big decision.
How dare you? You know, when you decide to do something like that, you should be in your totally like right, sane mindset. Like, how dare you make a claim that probably isn't, you know, that's probably loaded, and you know, dare you not be able to read minds and know that someone else has gone through like pretty bad trauma as well. I mean, dude literally ate the girl that he wanted to like date. Like,
dude, I just remembered the line where Ashley was talking to Dennis. It was like, Chainsaw Man eats people, and he was like, "No, he doesn't." He's like, "Oh, okay, one time. That was a special case." It was only the once.
Yeah, I like this moment right here. It's I don't know why. Like, it reminds me of this one scene from Better Call Saul where Saul goes through something traumatic and he's like, "How do you get over it?" And then he's told like, "Someday you just forget." It kind of gives me those vibes where he's like trying to tell her, you know, life isn't all bad, and it just kind of piles up like crap. And she's like, "How do you get over it?" And then he's just being honest. Like sometimes you don't like necessarily get over trauma. It stays with you, but you find things in life that are worth going onward for. And in the case of Dennis, and Ashley's most emotional climactic moment, he proclaims it's sex that he wants to have.
It's true.
It's a good. You know what? Different strokes, man. If you got that motivation, you got that dog in you, dog in you. So
It's
what?
true. I like the idea that him saying this is his desire for intimacy, and he's not able to, you know, he's not mature enough to accurately describe that. Also, it's the only like intimate thing that hasn't been ruined for him, and so, you know, it's something, you know,
a lot of things
every single time, right? Every single time he's had a girl, right? It's either been a chick who only wanted that dog inside of him, either been a Russian chick who bit off his tongue and tried to kill him, or a chick who he was very intimate with and very close with, and then he indirectly killed her. Lol.
Yeah. Or it's your boss who sets up the entirety of a single part to try to just get you under her control, and then you eat her. Not in a sexual way, you just straight up eat her.
Sheesh.
Peak.
Yeah. This could also just be Dennis. I mean, I feel like he genuinely means this, but also it could be him, one, thinking simpler, and then two, trying to help Ashley fall, which, by the way, she is falling. If you'd paid attention this entire chapter, you would notice that whenever a character was falling up, they were depicted upside down in the panel. There is not a single case of a character who is falling up who was depicted right side up in the panel. And if you look at the last panel of Ashley, she is facing the correct way. She's falling back down to the ground. So that I trust Fujimoto enough to say that was a very intentional choice by him to show the reader that Ashley is falling again, falling down. That Dennis's plan worked.
Yeah,
if you go back and look at it, I've paid attention this chapter. Ashley is falling. She's right side up again. The Rizzler does it once again.
If you look at it right, from like 13 onwards, she goes from upside down to sideways to right side up. She's like, ew. She's probably like, this is not intentional.
You could also say that maybe her being sideways is intentional by Fujimoto as well, to say that she's in the middle because she's genuinely listening to Dennis and she's genuinely trying to get help from him and she's genuinely being very vulnerable with him. And then he hits her with sex, and then she goes right side up.
Because, and I like this thought where the utter disgust at hearing this is like at the forefront of her mind, and it's like it's literally so much grosser. It's just there, and she's
Okay,
not
I
even.
apologize. There are 3 instances at the beginning where Asa is painted right side up while she is holding on to something. But after that, after she lets go, she is depicted as upside down the entire time.
And then returns to normalcy after sex. I want to have sex.
I fully believe that's intentional by Fujimoto because he's very intentional with his paneling and the way that he draws stuff.
Yeah,
as we've noticed.
No, I would agree. Yeah, no, this was a phenomenal chapter. This was like a really good character dialogue heavy chapter. Not even like dialogue heavy, but just very good like character interactions between these two. Because again, they are like they're two of the best Chainsaw Man characters because they're two of the only living currently Chainsaw Man characters.
That's true. I don't know. I'm a pretty big fan of Josh.
Josh isn't going to live throughout the end of part 2. I'm just going to say that.
Josh is going to be this Makima, bro. Josh is going to be the final villain.
Josh is going to be
I don't know.
hey.
I'm still kind of in the Josh for Death Devil camp, personally.
That would be interesting.
It would make no sense for a couple of reasons, but I'm still in the camp. It's comfy. It's a comfy camp.
I won't be in the camp of that. I'm going to believe it's something else, but like go off King, I guess.
That's so true. But yeah, next time maybe Ashley will realize this is Dennis whenever they both fall down. Maybe Dennis and Yoru will fight together to be Falling Devil.
So one thing I wanted to say was, do you think that she might recognize him because of the uniform?
Probably not.
And also,
probably wouldn't think that it was Dennis.
Also, the way that he speaks, think about it.
That's true. He might reveal himself. Unless Josh is there. He might reveal himself. That's his thing, isn't it?
Not my boyfriend. He very easily could next chapter. And then Yoru's going to be like, oh my god, are you fucking serious? I want that reveal, and I want to see Yoru's reaction to it.
It's going to be pretty good.
Methinks perchance there will be mischief afoot.
I think we're going to get Yoru and Denji versus Falling Devil.
That would be cool.
You can't forget, dude. You can't forget. Yoru has a crush on Denji because she shares Asa's brain. You can't forget that. She does.
I feel like it's going to be a moment where it's like, Chainsaw Man, I'll deal with you later. But right now, like, I always like the moments when characters are like, they both mutually agree, we have bigger fish to fry. We could put our own stuff aside and deal with this now. And then they do it. So, like, it's probably going to be she's going to be like, I want to kill you so bad, but, like, we need to get rid of this bitch so my host body doesn't go up. Like, the moment that she gets a hold of herself, Yoru might take over and be like, all right, time to do this.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's just 7 days. Just a week away. Can you believe it, Kyle? Chainsaw Man, just a week away.
Do you think that it's actually 7?
If at this point it still says 7, it's going to be 7.
Yeah, we are in like a big action sequence, so yeah, probably.
Yeah, plus we had a couple weeks before where it was bi-weekly, and I think that was Funny Water getting set up for the weekly run. That's been the pattern, I think, that I've seen.
I would agree. Oh no, what did you send me on Twitter? While we're on recording. Naruto really is the only thing keeping them going, huh?
That's so true. Bro hasn't read the last page. But yeah. So, with all that said, if you're this far in the video, obviously if there's something you like, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us who's your favorite, Dennis or Ashley or Josh. And I don't know if video is next. I don't know. Probably Chainsaw Man next week, to be honest with you. We'll see you all then. Goodbye.
Bye.